Radio Exterior de España.
English Language Service.
Esto le suena a todo el mundo. No hay nada más universal que el comienzo de una novela que dice: en un lugar de la Mancha, de cuyo nombre no quiero acordarme, no mucho tiempo vivía un hidalgo de los de Lanza, un astillero, el antiguo arrocín flaco hidalgo corredor, una olla de algo más vaca que carnero.
The 23rd of April was World Book Day, which is still being celebrated, the same as it is every year, with the reading of Don Quixote in the Círculo de Bellas Artes in Madrid.
Don Quixote de la Mancha by Miguel de Cervantes is sometimes labeled as the first modern novel ever written, and it is one of the biggest prizes of the Spanish language. This year's public reading was started off by Luis Mateo Díaz, who won this year's Cervantes Prize, and it lasts 48 hours straight. Anyone who passes by is invited to read a passage.
And in Madrid's Prado Museum,
Provincia Mancha, to jest miasteczko, które ma nazwy przypomnieć teraz nie chcę.
En un lugar de la Mancha de cuyo nombre no quiero acordarme, somewhere in La Mancha, in a place whose name I do not care to remember, a gentleman lived not long ago.
tourists were requested to read the famous opening line in their own language.
World Book Day is celebrated all over Spain, and in Catalonia, the day of San Jordi requires to gift a loved one a book and a rose.
The 23rd of April, in fact, is also the Day of the Spanish Language.
La lengua común se configura como un inmenso espacio diáfano que traspasa fronteras e integra las variedades, las tradiciones y los imaginarios de todos los territorios en los que se desenvuelve.
Spain's King Felipe VI said, "Our common language integrates variety, traditions, and the imaginations of all the territories it is spoken in." Spanish is the second most widely spoken language in the world, with about 500 million native speakers, mainly in the Americas and in Spain, and about 600 million when including second language speakers.
And today we broadcast from Spain in English, as we do here at the English Language Broadcast, connecting in our own way Spanish to all of you out there.
Today we have help from sound technician David Muñoz and production help from Cristina Dorado.
Later on in the broadcast, we will be learning about a unique photography exhibition in Spain's central bank, El Banco de España. But first, the news.
In Spanish news, Spanish authorities were put on alert on Thursday after the escape of the head of the Dutch mafia from custody. The mafia head, Karim Boya-Christian, was arrested in Marbella for drug trafficking in January, but he was being prepared to be extradited to the Netherlands.
There he is considered one of the most dangerous criminals in the country, head of the criminal organization that has threatened the Princess of the Netherlands and the Prime Minister. In fact, a week ago, it was known that the Princess Amalia of the Netherlands actually spent a year in Spain after receiving threats to her safety.
Karim Boya-Christian was out on probation but failed to appear before the judge for his last appointment on the 15th of April. A warrant has since been put out for his arrest. Spain's Justice Minister said that the news of his disappearance was worrying, but he trusted the mafia head would soon be found.
The government of the Canary Islands of the coast of Africa reached an agreement with the central government about the modification of the migration law earlier this week.
The objective of the law is to allocate migrant minors into other regions of the country when the Canary Islands exceeds 150% of its reception capacity, that is 3,000 people. Fernando Clavijo, regional minister,
precisamente para prevalecer o para que prevalezca el interés general del menor.
precisely so that the minors' general interests prevail, and so those children, who could be our children, our grandchildren, our siblings, nieces or nephews, can be attended, and we can guarantee the better future integration education and the possibility